Hold my thing.
He like,
Flow, fuck with me though.
I like how he messing with the same, like bang, know my name, the gang.
Every
He
time we
go
blow it, y'all niggas shoot your guns like
Missing.
Shaq shooting the free throw.
right there, that little punchline right there is the one to get the crowd going. You know, y'all niggas shoot y'all stuff like Shaq shooting the free throw. That's a punchline to get the crowd. That's one way you drop the music and just let them get that off right there.
I would bring my 6-year-old daughter up to hear that, to hear him say, he shoot a gun like Shaq shoots a free throw. Because as her father, I could say, you know what a gun is, right? Yeah. You know what a free throw is, right? Yeah. You know who Shaq is, right? Yeah. Well, now let's now put the rhyme together in the context by which Method Man said it.
Over the past 2 decades, MCs have come under heavy fire from mainstream America for the explicit content of their rhymes. MCs today must contend with the fine line between being true to themselves as hip-hop artists, the commercial pressures to sell more records, and the dangers of self-censorship.
When it comes to a point, you know, that fork in the road, when you write and you get to that fork in the road, it's easy to take the left fork. You know what I mean? But then when you got something that's inside, you say, nah, Rob, don't do that, man. You know what I mean? It might sound good. Kids might even start, singing along with you. But at the end of the day, that's not you, Rob. That's not what it is, and that ain't it. You know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, man, to keep you from going down, making the wrong turn, and try to keep you focused, man, and not do wrong, and remember that it is little kids listening. And remember that it is, certain values that we should be obtaining.
Am I being pulled over for guns and alcohol and weed in my car? No. Am I trying to set an example for kids all over the world? Yes. So it's not an oxymoron that's happening here. I'm living as righteously as I say I am.
I don't think there's one artist that hasn't contradicted himself, and I guess I wasn't trying to be the first one either. But I think that's part of being human though, because one day, you might feel like you just want to party. You just want to party, you just want to chill with your crew, play PlayStation, and then the next moment, you might be like, what am I doing with myself? You know what I mean? Like, I want to do something right. Like, I want to do something for my community. I want to, and that's not to say that your beliefs at that point isn't genuine, because the day before you was partying. It's just the character of man.
If anything has set off the critics against hip-hop, it's been the use of cuss words and explicit content.
Just because I say shit doesn't mean I'm about shit. It just means that I'm using that because this is a language that we all speak, especially in hip hop. You want to be heard, and sometimes you've got to speak a language that they understand for them to truly get what it is that you're saying.
Sometimes I don't want to rhyme about all that other shit like that. You know what I mean? All the the negative, but who to say negative is negative? But like, yo, my heat and all the other shit. But yo, that's how come nowadays I balance it out. You know what I mean? And so I get ready and I just leave all that shit alone. Cause there's gonna be a time when I'm not even gonna be talking none of that shit.
Somebody even sing a song in Texas since I asked the girls to perform their restitution.
And then there's the hot button topic, the depiction of women in rap.
Kids run this shit, man. Parents get old and start listening to oldies. Gotta monitor everything their kids watch, plus the way it's getting right now. It's like they taking more and more clothes off, and the lyrics are getting nastier and nastier.
Shake it like a dog, baby, do what you do. Ain't nothing wrong with your bad girl, do what you do. Skinny boy on the fat girl, do what you do. DNC and Cannon, they were bringing you something new. Why don't you shake it like a dog? Wobble, baby, twerk it, baby.
Why would I want to get on the wall and shake it like a dog? Like, I'm so not a dog, and I'm so not interested in doing that for you. Who are those girls? But it's this cycle because the young girls are growing up listening to it, and so they, it's 5-year-old girls on the wall shaking it like a dog.
You got 4-year-old little girls knowing how to do some booty shaking dance, and it's getting out of hand. Whereas there's plenty of rappers talking about positive things, but it's not getting put on the radio. And that, to me, is a deliberate, systematic plan.
A lot of people think, okay, I gotta be violent because violent is the way it is, and everybody, you know what I'm saying, everybody's rapping violence, so let me be violent. But the reality of it is, most of America is not violent. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a lot of people that's really regular people that listen to the music, and they might use the violence to get away, you know what I mean, to escape.
Negative has always worked in America, that imaging on some James Dean, which is kind of like bad boy, wildcat, thug dude. So I think if you're a company and you're going to sell something, you're going to go with massive ignorance, more so than massive intelligence or massive truth being told or something that's, you know, uplifting. That's what's happening, and we don't get down. It's like so bad.
In all these issues surrounding the MC, the question arises: is there any room for spirituality in the keeping it real world of hip-hop today?
Many times throughout my career, my spirituality ran up against my lyrics. But because my spirituality, or my commitment to the spiritual realm, is more valuable to me, it is my connection to the spiritual realm which empowers my ability to MC.
Well, yeah, I think there's a certain level of guilt to being a rapper like me. I always had the thought, like, you know, is God mad at me for these raps, you know?
Her name is Mary, you talking about sex and the bitch act scary.
When people tell me I used to get whoopings for listening to you when I was in elementary school, I'm like, well, I know what my songs were about. Like, you know, a 9-year-old listening to Nancy Reagan suck my dick is, you know, pretty impressionable. So if my music is slightly destructible, you know, kind of to where it could do a little damage in somebody's mind, they're like, oh, I want to be a fucking pimp, fuck you bitch, and go around disrespecting girls just because it's some misinterpreted message they got from Too Short. You know, I kind of deal with it in my own personal peace, by getting my own personal peace. I don't live a destructive lifestyle, you know? I don't really go out in the world and destroy. I don't hurt, and I don't preach that shit in my conversation.
My spiritual development grew faster than my artistic output. That as an artist, I did have to say and do things that were not of my spiritual nature, and therefore the conflict and the suffering. I had to make a choice. Which God am I going to serve? The world or the spiritual reality that I know exists? And the doubt comes, the disbelief comes, you can't figure it out, you go, you feel like you're confused, and finally, you make a choice.
In my conversations with God, we talk about it a lot. I think he understands that the gift was given to a lot of MCs, and we have a responsibility in our words. At the same time, we can't allow ourselves to be boxed in. So for me, I use certain songs and certain curse words as a tool just to let people know that I won't be boxed in sometimes.
Your boys, tell them, get the fuck out! Get the fuck out! Yeah, what's up?
Well, I've always believed in a higher power, you know what I mean? It's always, you know, show respect along those lines. So I know my boundaries, you know what I mean? I'm not going, you know, outside of the 10 Commandments, you know what I mean? I just play within there, you know? You set up like a boundary, and you could have a board within inside of it. And that's pretty much what I do, you know? I mean, you know, maybe when I was younger, I played a little outside of it, but you know, growing up, you learn from your mistakes, and then you stay within the square.
I don't have a problem with my spirituality when it comes to writing music, because I believe in the stuff